11 and 11. A junior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Mike DiNardo. For Lehigh, 118, sophomore from Lakewood, Ohio, Rick Hartman. And now the voice of Lehigh wrestling for 18 consecutive seasons, Larry Sheridan.
Thank you, Shell. Great to be here in a traditional rivalry between these two good wrestling schools. Lehigh's Hartman reaching for a leg, but they're close to being out of bounds. Interesting story about DiNardo. He did wrestle in high school, but his freshman year, the plebe year at the academy, was a member of the powerlifting squad and even lettered in there in 1985. And now he's decided to come out for wrestling. Did his grappling at Upper St. Clair, and Lehigh gaining a takedown.
No, out of bounds.
He said
he has a stalling warning. No control.
Changed his mind. No takedown. And we're back up on our feet in a neutral position, but they gave stalling against Navy because he locked in a position, didn't make an attempt to break free. So we have a stalling warning on that situation. And now we get a point against Navy, a point for Lehigh, and we get a takedown simultaneously, and it becomes 3-0. Immediately stand up. Hartman of Lehigh leading DiNardo out of the academy. 3-0 with 1.5 minutes remaining in the first period. College wrestling, 7 minutes in length. First period being 3 minutes. Second and third period, 2 minutes each. So you get 3-2-2, and that's 7.
Minute and 15 to go in the first period. Rick Hartman of Lehigh out in front of Mike
Hartman in on that single again, but broken off by DiNardo so far. Countering the action. Drop to the mat. Still no control for the Lehigh grappler. Now he gets the 2. Leads 5-1. Ed Perry down there pacing the bench. In that area. No stranger to the Grace Hall. As Lehigh's Hartman now has over 30 seconds time advantage. Assistant coach at Navy.
Lehigh, you're stalling back there. Bring him down.
Stalling against Lehigh, hanging on.
You're down.
In other words, he made no attempt to drop his opponent. Navy has a great trio of assistant wrestling coaches, starting with Reggie Wicks, who formerly wrestled at Iowa State and won the national crown in 1968. Wayne Hicks, a name familiar to a lot of Lehigh fans because of his great battles with Lehigh's Billy Stewart. He's a runner-up in the Nationals, losing to Stewart, as a matter of fact. And one name that's familiar to a lot of the Lehigh fans in the Darrell Burley days.
Period comes to a conclusion with Rick Hartman leading 5-1. Larry, let's look at that second takedown by Rick Hartman.
He's got his eyes in on that leg. He lifts the elbow, clears the way, clears the path for his head, and continually dogs that right leg, then lifts, drops him. No control yet.
The score is correct, 5-1. There's no points on there.
And there, now, when he slips that arm in.
His was the warning. His the first time, okay? Your choice.
Yeah.
Ready to go here in the second period. A 5-1 lead for Rick Hartman of Lehigh over Mike DiNardo of Navy.
Set.
Lehigh on the season a record of 4-8. Navy on the season a record of 8-3.
Hartman trying to gain a 2-point near fall. In contrast to last year when we used to get the cheapies, the quick tilts. That's out. You now have to hold that position for 2 seconds or more. For those fans down there in the Baltimore area watching, that's the rules this year. 2 seconds in order to gain a near fall.
Escape 5-1. 1:19 to go in the second period.
Hartman, nice ankle pick. Being able to master the takedowns in these situations.
This, of course, is a long series, as we mentioned, dating back to 1909. Navy leads in the series 36-30.
We could get stalling here if nothing happens, or a stalemate. I would call stalling. But I'm sitting here 100 feet away, and John Osage is a lot closer. Nothing's really happening. Here comes something. Absolutely. I don't disagree. You have to take the man down or make an attempt to take him down.
More of an attempt to bring him down.
You're right, John. That's how we saw it. And I'm sure Nancy Shove down there in Green Street agrees with me. Former Lehigh fan, now living in Annapolis, might have to change her allegiance. "20 seconds left, second period." Hartman trying to gain a takedown. He's ahead by 4. Misses on that ankle where he swept before. Here you see Coach Turner in the background. Assistant coach Jim Riley. Associate coach or assistant coach also Tom Hutchison.
Let's look at the ankle pick, Larry, that maneuver.
It's a nice sweep. Just gets behind, pulls, keeps the anchor up under the left shoulder. And we go to a neutral position.
Neutral, Navy.
Well, we have a moment. We would like to welcome our friends in the Maryland area watching on the Maryland Public Broadcasting Network. .145 to go in the match. 7-4 lead, Hartman.
Hartman in deep, but there's no takedown yet, and it may end up a stalemate unless the Navy wrestler DiNardo can swing over the top and tie up a cross body rod. But with that anchor on the left leg, well, I'll call a stalemate.
Larry, when you talk about tradition, a lot of people may not realize that Navy was the second team that Lehigh ever wrestled in a dual wrestling meet. And I wonder how many people can name the first opponent Lehigh ever had.
Was it Lafayette or Brown? Those are two schools you can clear the record of.
We don't know. We're going to let you know next week in our next broadcast, but think about it.
1:13 left, third period. This period started in a neutral position. They're still there. Lehigh's Hartman in on the leg. He has a guaranteed point for time. If he flips out the left arm, he's got a takedown. But there's no control, and we may end up in a stalemate situation again. Unless Hartman can pull the left arm out.
No takedown.
And I don't think DiNardo's going to cooperate with that situation, so we'll probably get a stalemate in a few seconds. There we go. About the third or fourth stalemate. But there's no sense to DiNardo let go. He gives up 2. He figures, hey, I'll hang on here. I'm only down by 3, actually 3 on the board. Hartman in again and another stalling. 1 point for Lehigh plus a takedown. So that makes it 10-4 plus a guaranteed point for time. So it's 11-4 for the engineer.
Hartman is going to try to let him up and take him down to see if he can't pick up that major decision here. He needs a takedown in the last 10 seconds.
He may get shrugged if he doesn't get off his knee, and the 2 points will end up on Navy's side.
Well, it really won't matter at this point, Larry. It's really worth going for it. And he does not succeed in getting the major decision, but he does win by a score of 11-5. And at the end of 118 pounds, the team score: Lehigh University 3 and Navy 0.